Welcome back. My name is Patricia Regier. If you missed my first video about iSpring, it's an authoring tool solution for creating your virtual online programs and courses. Definitely check that out. But that was an overview. And today I'm going to be going in depth and giving you some reflections and my experience when I've been experimenting and testing out this great program. Just to clarify, iSpring has sponsored this video, but my opinions are my own. And I will be looking at quizzes, the different interactive elements that are easy to insert into your program, your online course. It is PowerPoint based, so that makes it nice and easy. And I'm going to be sharing about how you can record yourself and asking for help too, when I wasn't sure about a couple questions that came up. So definitely join me in going a little bit more in depth on some of the options that are perfect for when you're creating your online course. I am going to click record video, and it just takes a moment. All right, let's jump in. I am demonstrating recording a video lesson with the slide deck. There are some settings to consider. I'll demonstrate some of those details. But if you are organizing a side-by-side where people can fully see you as the instructor and fully see the slide, you want to describe what is on the slide. I have a light bulb and a bunch of doodles, business related. The title is Testing iSpring, and my name, Patricia Regier. Because people might be taking notes and not always looking at everything. And that just makes it more accessible as well if people can't see everything. And so I'm demonstrating talking with the slide. It's good to keep in mind describing the visuals. And if someone happens to be watching this on a phone, for example, everything's going to be smaller. So definitely think about that. Keep that in mind for what words you're putting on there. It's not too much text, and that you're really describing everything in an auditory way, and providing additional resources as well. All right, so this is the first slide, and then what I click is the next slide, and I am going to override that as well. So I am going to show you now in the screen recording here in this video how to add the interactions options, and then we're going to test that out, how that looks all together. All right, so I'm going to click OK and get back to, so if you have multiple slide decks open, it takes a moment for this to process, for it to go back to the slide that you're working with. I'm going to X out of the other one so that doesn't keep happening. And I'm going to add in here some interactions, which is going to be really fantastic. So I am going to click on interactions, and then I'm going to add a new interaction. And they have a great variety here: steps, timeline, a cycle, and other processes as well. Or you could have a labeled graphic, guided image, or a hotspot where people are clicking and the information is popping open. So it's really great to add some of these aspects into your course. A hierarchy, so going through a process, and I did double check there is a way to make sure that people complete the lesson before they go forward to the next one. So you can have a glossary, media catalog, frequently asked questions, an accordion of different information and tabs as well. So let's pick the hotspot interaction. And it just takes a moment. You can add any visual. So I might want to change this, upload from a file. So let's just pick that. It is me. And then I am going to move the hotspots. I can change the size, and it's 3 different shapes. So for the hotspot 1, I'm going to PowerPoint slides. Always save and return. You can add a hotspot, you can change the picture, you can change the color, you can do a lot right here. And I recommend that you add the hotspots and do all of that while you're in this space. There's different properties here too. I'm not going to dive into all aspects, and you can preview it right here and now, but we're going to preview this later. So I'm going to save, return to course. And if you're wanting to add one more interaction, we will just add that in there. All right, and now what I'm going to do is also insert some quiz options. So after covering information, it's very helpful to add this also as an engagement and affirming the information, and that's, you know, as part of the learning experience and process as well. So I am going to create, you can have it just as a survey or a graded quiz itself. Really for affirming the information, this time I'm going to, so this is question 1 here. Over to the left at the top with questions, this is where you would click multiple choice so that you can then ask the question. And if I want to also add another, you know, drag and drop, drag the words, scales, true or false, and you can definitely do more with this for properties, but just giving you a quick look at what's possible here as well. I will click record video again. Now I could upload a video, but it just takes a moment. It might go through a couple options. And the setup that I have right now that I'm looking at the content beside me works. So you want to test this out as well. So I'm going to hit record, talk and look directly at the camera for some of these aspects, know the content, but also if I'm once in a while looking at the slide, that will work well with this context of how I have it side by side. So I'm going to stop and hit OK, and it just takes a moment. It might open up another file folder on your computer, but just it takes a moment. So I've quickly gone through some of the aspects of recording the video, of interaction and quizzes. I clicked the manage narration, and it just took a moment for this to open. I can see the video and the slides all right here. So if I needed to trim something up, I could do that. This is where I edit, and I can take care of a variety of different options here. Always make sure you save and close. I'm not getting into too in-depth. There are tutorials about all of these aspects, but it's really good to know what's possible when you're creating and using iSpring, and I've been quite impressed. When I had questions, I was able to also ask some options, and I will insert that clip right now. Going into their website, and then what does pop, I accept the cookies, and let's just see here. Now this little green question, sort of speech bubble opens up at the bottom right. I'll click that, and then I'll click choose online chat. I'm wondering if there is a way to ensure that people don't skip a video lesson. Okay, that worked out great. A preview of this recording so far. It takes a moment to process. All right, let's jump in. I am demonstrating recording a video lesson with the slide deck. There are some, so I can't, this might not work because I've set up a setting to next slide, complete the slide to go to the next one. So I'm going to fast forward these parts, but this is great that it worked. Screen with full screen, And let's keep going. I was able to also open up an outline on the side, which is helpful too. So I can keep listening, but I can also actually work the interactive slide right here. And it's opening up the different information. So I could add other things too. It isn't filling up the whole slide. So that's something I'm going to take note of. And then that's what I would crop. And if I click edit right now, then I would want to go to picture format and crop. I need a little bit of patience while things are processing. Just know that it takes that time when you're building a program or course. Okay, so I decided to publish a course just on my computer right now, and I will test out the other options in the next video. So thanks for joining me, reviewing some more elements of the iSpring solutions that you can create your online course on. It's an authoring tool. So definitely click the links below. I have a blog with additional information. There is an affiliate link and also some other links so you can check out more information. If there's particular areas that you want me to dive into with the next video, let me know in the comments below. And I'll be also looking a little bit more on the producing the course. What does that look like? What is the participants' experience in the iSpring space? So thanks for checking this out. If you liked it, if you have aspects you want me to expand on, please subscribe and then you'll be notified when future videos are published. My name is Patricia Regier, and thank you again to iSpring for sponsoring this video.